Nostalgia is somewhat in vogue lately. Though I guess when is it not? It's understandable that people, both developers and gamers, want to return to an age of games they grew up with, games they're comfortable with. With the likes of Shovel Knight, Yooka-Laylee, and Am Setsuna, we're seeing a trend of making games like they used to be. And that's the major hook of Am Setsuna. It harkens back to the golden age of Square RPGs of the 90s, most notably Chrono Trigger. The biggest problem here, though, is that it doesn't seem to have modernized any of those old ideas. If you've played Chrono Trigger, Am Setsuna's core gameplay will look very familiar. The combo system from that game makes a return where your characters can combine their attacks to unleash more powerful abilities. But otherwise it's turn-based RPG 101. You wait your turn, you choose an attack, rinse and repeat. You can customize your abilities, weapons and accessories, as well as make use of the game's new momentum system, where certain effects and bonuses kick in throughout a battle. But the game does little to make that system more user-friendly. Compared to the similar Bravely games on 3DS, which allowed you to mow down weaker enemies quickly, incentivize chaining victories for bonuses, allowed you to speed up battles if you wanted, and let you turn off random encounters altogether, in comparison, Am Setsuna feels a little antiquated. The boss battles are generally an enjoyable challenge though, as most require more thought and strategy than simply attack, attack, attack. Placement of you and your enemies in battle dictates where certain area of effect attacks hit, but the inability to exert greater control over that makes it more of a secondary concern. It would have been nice to be able to reposition your characters in battle, even if it required eating a turn to do so. This does what it says on the tin. It provides turn-based RPG combat like it used to be. It is entirely functional on every level, but some updating wouldn't have gone astray. Story is where Am Setsuna seeks to excel. While the plot is basically lifted from Final Fantasy X, where a young girl and her guard march toward her inevitable demise in order to weaken the influence of some impending doom, that story is frequently thought-provoking and affecting, covering interesting themes of loss and sacrifice. While some of the lead characters somewhat lack in unique personalities and clear identifiable qualities, the game does seek to flesh out their story and dig a little into their backgrounds. The game introduces elements of choice, where you can choose between a variety of dialogue options, but it's merely cosmetic. You can only influence the next few lines of dialogue. Compared to Chrono Trigger, where you could see the influence actions in the past have on the present, and the ending you got changed depending on when and how you beat the game, it feels lacking. Some loose plot ends feel underexplored, and a big plot development toward the end of the game would have landed with much more impact had the seeds been better laid. Though on the whole, the story works, and by the time the credits roll, it leaves an impression. Visually, the game is fine, though many of the towns and environments blend together. While that does reinforce the desolate hopelessness that pervades the game, it would be nice to have some amount of variety. There's only so long you can look at the same forests and buildings over and over. The game's music is spectacular, however. The varied and dynamic piano track frequently amplifies the mood and drives home the haunting nature of the narrative. There's a ton of great tracks, and in particular, the strong and memorable character themes do much of the heavy lifting. The music truly is tremendous. Tone-wise, the game could do with being a little more gleeful. While I get that the game is about people walking toward their death and saving the world, and there's not a ton of room for jokes in there, a bit of levity would have helped provide a small bit of variety. In many ways, this game should be just for me. It draws inspiration from the brilliant RPGs of the 90s like Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy, games I adore. But this inherited too many of those games' flaws without truly nailing what those games did well. Am Setsuna is an enjoyable experience, a perfectly solid RPG like how they used to be, and the music and elements of the story are excellent, but too often does it feel more an imitation than something truly its own. Taking influence from games and genres gone by is perfectly fine, but without modernizing them and bringing those ideas into the modern age, it just doesn't feel fresh. Am Setsuna gets a 6.5 out of 10. Sup. Trying to sound all like cool and stuff, but I'm failing. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like. It would be nice. We'd be friends if you did. We'd also be friends if you follow me on Twitter. Links in the description. And there's two videos here for you to watch. On the left, the Legend of Zelda review, and on the right is the Graceful Explosion Machine review. Both very good games. Thanks for watching.